46. Today, you will be joining us once more for the Eralia campaign. Huzzah.
Huzzah.
Welcome.
That was very, very enthusiastic, Chris.
I feel okay this morning.
He got his beauty sleep in.
I did.
Alright, so we'll pick up where we left off. You guys had made your way into the forest of life, choosing to hire a guide, a tour guide almost, no male by the name of Rufus with his trusty ox scoot. Doing so cut down on the number of successes needed to make your way through the forest. You guys made your way in. You found a small field full of vibrant, colorful fungi, a crystal clear small spring. You ran into what was it again? Oh yeah, you ran into these large you ran into a large group of snails, or a group of large snails rather, after attempting to kind of scout and get close. They lashed out at Fior actually, sorry. You defeated them, took their shell, or one of the shells, I assume, to try and craft some objects out of it. A shield, or perhaps a certain robe. You made your way further. You also came upon it seemed to be a forest fire at first, but it seemed to be some sort of elemental beings. Seemed to be on some sort of rampage, being quickly warned by a sprite of the forest. You last left off, you'd found a small section of forest with these trees kind of set up in a almost half circle, choosing to spend the night there under the protection of Lehman's tiny hut, being surrounded by these fireflies of all variants of colors. And you awoke the next day with Fior, question mark? Fior.
Back to Fior.
Attempting to convince the spirits of the forest to grant them safe passage. And how do you do so? Is where we'll pick up.
Well, as I'm awaking in the morning, I will walk around, gather a few things of berries and such, and I will be playing my lyre, and I will sing to the forest for them to give us safe passage to the right location while praising them. Yeah. Speaking of how beautiful and glorious their forest is.
Seeing him do this, I will every now and then try to sing with him.
All right. Yeah. So, as you, in all of your practice with your musical talent, you begin to sing and praise these spirits of the forest, hoping with the occasional help from someone. Your song kind of rings out through the forest, and the rest of the party is captivated along with Rufus, and yeah.
Nice. Also, I will not just be walking while I play the lyre. I'll be like frolicking and spinning.
I expected nothing less.
Cool.
Naked.
Make a performance for the forest as well, not just a song.
That's fair. I'll just keep your role for the performance as well, which it's like he knows just exactly where to step and how to do it.
So we're following him to the forest while he's singing? He's just you're pretty much
I was just doing this while I
guide you?
Yeah, I was doing this while I gathered some berries real quick.
Oh, okay, so we're not going anywhere yet.
Yeah, you guys are, the day is yours. You've just awoken while Fior sings and dances and frolics. You guys can do what you wish.
Well,
If there's anything you do wish to do.
I suppose it wouldn't feel right if I wasn't doing my best to try to guide us through the forest. So I'll try to pray to my patron to give us guidance as well.
Okay.
But do much more than that. I guess when we're ready to head out, I don't know if you're going to lead us doing the same thing or.
Yeah, I will.
Okay.
Okay. Give me just a moment.
Come back with a pouch full of berries.
Wait, make sure they're not. They're not the same poisonous ones from.
Make a nature check.
They look exactly the same, or.
18.
18.
Yeah, let's go with that.
No, these do not look the same actually. I believe the berries you found last time were what were they called again?
I don't think you gave me the name.
They were yew berries.
Oh,
Yew-berries,
yeah,
that's
the
what they were.
yew-berries.
The ones
Right,
with
the
the large almost pits on the inside, which the pits were the poisonous part.
Yeah.
These look to just be normal.
Ate outside.
You get the sense that these are edible berries. You find about 2 handfuls worth.
4 berries.
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 Okay. So you guys just continue your journey?
Yes.
All right. Oh, with Fjord kind of. Are you doing this loud or quiet? Out of curiosity.
Just like normal volume.
Okay.
Now we try and be like super loud, but not trying to be quiet.
Got you. All right.
Everybody knows that when you play louder, everybody thinks you're better.
So you make your way further into Forest of
11.
Life, where you assume, with the help of Vladimir, earlier I forgot to mention, sniffing out what he assumed to be the direction of possibly a town or some sort of sanctuary, to say the least, from this forest. You head what you can assume to be in the right direction, east, towards the village of Sinto. You make your way most of the day, and you can still see sunlight through the wow, my brain said short.
Oh, through the top of the trees.
The canopy
Canopy.
above. And of course there are points in the forest where you can see more clearly than others. But the day continues. You continue for the better part of a full day travels usually 8 hours, correct?
Yeah.
Longer. You continue for the better part of the day. You as you push, what's the marching order? I forgot to mention actually.
I'll be up front.
You'll be up front, I assume.
Guiding.
Sentinels in the back.
Okay. Which Rufus will be up there with you.
Guess I'll be in Sentinel.
All right. You just be in the middle, I guess.
Yeah, if we're on a line.
Gotcha. Okay. Which you guys don't have to travel on a line. I just
I'll
need the
frolic
general
circles.
marching
The
order.
general.
Around
I'll
him
walk
every
to the
now
right,
and then.
then I'll walk over here to the
Just
right.
Big Daddy Sentinel just back there making sure all the kids are safe.
Okay.
Like 5 or 10 feet.
Although I'm probably the youngest here.
Technically, I guess so.
Technically.
Is Rufus or is Scoot enjoying my music?
He seems to be. Scoot is a. He seems to be very. What's the word? I don't know if aloof is the right word, but he seems to be living at the very least. Doesn't seem to be. You know, he seems to just be doing his thing.
Being an ox.
Yeah, exactly. But what's your past perception for? Is it still 12?
13.
13, okay.
Yeah, 13. Used to be 12.
You being up front, yeah, so you notice as you kind of travel a bit, on one of the nearby trees, you notice a strange, what almost looks to be a patch of mold almost. It seems to be very, almost dark gray in color, with small little stalks kind of growing out of it. A very small patch of mold.
What kind? See anything magical in that mold?
No magic.
Nah, it's clean.
It's clean.
Can I roll a nature check while I'm staring
Go
at
ahead.
it? Be one of those days.
You roll.
A 9.
9.
Yeah, 9.
No, you don't know much about it. As you
What about what? What's growing out of it? You said like stalks.
it almost like a little, just tiny little stalk. It's a very small patch of mold, probably about a foot across, maybe.
And there's no other patches around here.
Make a perception check.
Yeah. Hey, there we go. Got there. That's a 20. 20, yeah.
20.
Last at 20.
Yeah, flash of 20. Yeah, as you kind of look further in towards the direction you guys were heading, you notice, you do notice more patches of fungus, and with a 22 perception check, you do notice that in this particular area that you all are standing in, it's very almost very muggy, almost like a humid. Sorry, it's a very like almost humid. It's hot, but not in the sense that like more of the sense of like the air feels like heavy almost.
Okay, interesting.
If you look further in, you do see a few more patches of like the small gray mold, but the more notably you see this like reddish brown mold kind of growing along like the ground and trees and whatnot.
Does it look like the brown mold is dead gray mold? Or is it still alive?
From what you can gather, it just looks like to be almost like a different type of mold.
Okay.
I don't like this.
It's just mold.
I'm gonna go touch the mold.
Don't touch the mold.
Which
like-
like the brown red
No,
mold?
not the brown red mold. The mold that we initially saw in the
Gray
Gray
mold.
mold?
Oh, you touch the gray mold. As you touch, you kind of like poke into it, and like you kind of pull it back, and under the gray mold, you can see what looks to be more of like the reddish brown, almost could be mistaken for rust type mold. As you pull it back, some spores pop out,
God.
and you're immune to poison. No, you
I'm-
have disadvantage. Go and make a Constitution saving throw for me, please.
God damn. 13.
13. So the spores kind of like cover over you gently, but you feel fine. So
Okay.
The Sentinel does not sense any danger from this mold.
I can see it covering you. Hey, that reddish brown is your natural color. Yeah, let's just not touch the mold. We've been through this before in those tunnels. We know better.
Can I use Mage Hand to scoop some of the gray mold into a vial?
sure, easy enough to do.
I guess just avoid walking on the mold.
Venture forth.
Your spirits are guiding us. I'm sure it'll be fine.
Yeah. So you continue on and as you continue forth, I should say, I mean, it's fairly easy to avoid most of these patches of mold. As you continue forward for about a minute or two, you also notice what seems to be small, almost tunnels in the ground, I should say. Small little holes seem to be leading down. Not a whole lot. You notice as you continue forth and you notice them and you stop, you look, you see probably about 6 or 7 of them.
Badgers.
Very small. Very small.
Tinkle bird.
Some kind of
Kind
burrowing creature.
of roll to know what kind of creature this might be.
You may roll a nature check.
Yeah, dwarf friend over here. Let it tell us what we got.
20.
There
20.
You go.
Flaccid or hard?
Less.
It's always flaccid with him.
True.
Ooh.
Bam.
Yeah.
Jeez. Uh, you maybe
Thistle chicken holes.
have heard of plant-like creatures that might live in small cave systems in humid environments.
Okay.
Related to this mold?
I
He
believe
doesn't- he
there's
doesn't know.
plants down there. I don't think it's an
Plant?
animal.
Are you sure? How? What makes you think it's a plant?
Look at me.
A small
I mean,
gray three-fingered arm begins to reach out of
nope. Fuck that. I'm going the other way. I'm
a
gone.
small head peeks up. You see what looks to be a very ovular shaped head, almost like a elongated egg, with very oval shaped, vertically oval shaped, pale gray eyes, and there's a mouth that just kind of stretches across the whole face area.
What the fuck is?
I'm still
Peek
singing my
out.
song. Moving forward.
You just
Oh
keep
wait,
moving forward.
wait. It spoke. Damn it! I don't have myself.
I have a lesser restoration.
Is it doing anything? He. I guess he left us. I'm not moving forward.
Man, I don't want to fucking. Alright, fuck it.
Out of three of the other holes, you see our heads peek up.
Does it have eyes?
I want to cast Speak with Plants.
Okay.
So. Okay, well, there's no cool ingredient.
What is the spell? How does the
So
spell
well
read?
there.
How does the spell read?
Um,
Out of curiosity.
you imbue plants within 30 feet of you. With limited sentience and emanation, blah blah blah.
God, it sounds fucking terrifying. How are you guys not freaking out about this?
You may want to
Something
pull it
about
up. It's like a
saying
huge
things.
paragraph.
Speak with plants.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Okay. Give me just a moment.
There's like 4 different paragraphs.
You can make your own components. Rub some salve into some grass and then munch on it.
What's the spell? What's the magic type? Is it enchantment?
Transmutation.
Transmutation.
Yeah, you do it on
Lasts
yourself,
2
right?
minutes.
It's not on them.
No, it's on an
It
area.
basically just lets you communicate.
It's 30 feet around me. Yeah, I assume it just lets me communicate with any plants within 30 feet.
Does it move with you?
No, I think it's just
Hmm.
it grants them the ability to speak if they can't already speak.
Oh yeah, it puts like the spell on him and 30 feet around him wherever he goes
Oh,
for 10 minutes.
wait, it puts it on me.
Yep. In the first sentence.
Okay. Yeah. So if the plant is a creature, you can communicate with it as if you shared a common language.
It doesn't say concentration or anything. So I guess it just lasts 10 minutes.
Nope. You are. Yep. Okay. So you cast the spell.
Yeah. We're just passing through.
Who you?
My name's Vladimir. Who are you?
I don't know. No name.
Oh, what are you doing here?
Live here.
Oh, we're just passing through, like I said. Anything?
Hungry.
What do you like to eat?
Dead thing.
Dead
All
thing.
as all the other ones, like you can see now, there's about 7 of them that have poked their heads up. The one you're talking to is actually a
It's like meerkats.
compared to the rest of them.
Meerkats.
And
I
at this
don't
point,
like this.
at this point, like they'll start climbing, and they're small. They're probably like up to your maybe your calf or so. Small creatures. This one seems to be a bit beefier than the other ones. You can kind of see how, and as they actually exit their little tunnel. Very long arms. You can kind of see almost like tendrils of that same gray mold kind of growing around their arms. For what would be normally like a small patch of just like one hair, or one little small patch of hair, you can see more little tendrils just kind of growing off. They seem to be wielding, well, the one that you're talking to, like kind of like reaches down and pulls out what seems to be like a little makeshift spear almost.
Fucking
Jesus.
aliens.
Yeah.
Gray aliens.
And he seems to be almost like his exterior seems to be like almost like hardened almost with age. But as he says, dead thing, the other one's dead thing, dead thing, dead thing, dead thing.
Well, we mean you no harm. Back there, I'll point in the direction of the dead Flail snails. Like, there's a bunch of big dead things back there. Plenty of food.
How far?
Big snails. We killed them. How far is it from here?
Days.
Couple days.
Well, just about 200 feet that way.
Make a deception check.
Deceiving plants. That's pretty good, actually. 19. Yeah.
Deceive the plants.
He turns that way. That thing.
Giant
That thing.
snails.
He like motions, and they all kind of like that thing.
They just
kind of like
Are they all gone? Okay, well,
they should be moving in that direction.
Let's get the fuck out the pier. That way.
I agree. Let's go.
I'm still just singing my songs, moving forward.
The
Yeah,
fuck
he's
was that?
left us a little bit. He's just going.
I didn't know they carried spears. That was terrifying.
What are you talking about? What was it? Like,
Sentinel thought they were cute.
didn't know they. What is they?
They seemed kind of nice until you mentioned food.
Nah, they weren't nice to begin with.
You can speak to plants too?
I mean, he abused them for that they can that everybody can understand. It's just you.
You.
Well, they just seem terrifying.
Yeah, all you guys heard was like a series of like hisses and like grunts and whatnot.
Nah, fuck all that. Let's get out of here. Maybe they'll run into the mold. I don't know.
I mean, you rolled a 20 to see if you could recognize them.
Yeah.
Makes me think of like a selkie or something in the ground instead of in water.
Well, I know what they're called.
I'm.
Are you trying to find them?
So-
Go ahead and make a. What'd you roll before? Nature.
Yeah. You want to make a history check? Since I'm a red person instead of
I'm sorry, what? A red person?
like a reed. I read, brother.
Oh.
A well-read individual.
Yes.
I'm a red person.
He is red.
Sure, make a history check, I guess. See if you have heard of these
It's
things.
7.
Oh.
I know they're deadly plants.
I'll take part of your nature roll to see if you could possibly recognize these. Yeah, these are vegapygmies.
They're called
Pygmies.
they're called
Vegapygmies.
the Vegapygmies.
Man, they sound a lot more terrifying than they actually look. Maybe I don't remember exactly.
They look pretty terrifying. To put it, to show
Can we
you
see a
guys
picture?
exactly what they look like.
Because, like, I was wanting to play as a Vegapygmy at some
Oh.
point.
Oh god, yeah, that's terrifying.
Yeah.
Wait, is he riding something?
Yeah, that's the
Yeah,
mount.
that's the yeah.
Did any of them mount up?
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
Okay.
You guys ever watch
He didn't
Courage
mount
the
up.
Cowardly
Okay.
Dog?
Yeah.
You remember the eggplant
The
episode?
eggplant people.
Yes,
Oh,
that's
yeah,
what they
dude.
look like.
Oh, God.
Oh god, it's even more terrifying.
Yeah.
Those are actually scary.
Yeah.
Yeah, they seem to
So it was like everything else on that show.
they seem to ignore you as you seem to have deceived them, and you make your way.
They're gonna
As you
fucking
make your way
mad.
further, you do come upon more patches of this reddish brown mold and bits of the gray, but as you continue for a bit longer, it seems to thin out and then eventually just fade away altogether.
And it wasn't related to them. It had to be related to them somehow, right?
Yeah. I have a feeling they're gonna like get there and then they're all just gonna start. They don't see the food. They're just like, pull out the mirror.
Well, you would know, I guess, with a 20 roll.
Everything in this these woods are gonna hate you.
Well, you would know that they do, although they do prefer to eat like fresh meat or dead things as well.
Oh.
They can absorb nutrients from soil,
Neat.
so they very rarely go hungry.
Very sturdy species.
But
Ugh. I don't want to think about them climbing out of those holes ever again.
they
What about
Yeah.
them coming out on the mount?
The mount, it makes it less scary, honestly.
You think so?
It's just the fact that it looks like the gray faces.
and the humidity also dissipates as you travel further. And by this time, the dusk will begin to
Like balls.
dusk will begin to come, and
Oh yeah, baby.
you guys may make camp or continue traveling
How far away are we from these pygmies?
as
I
far
don't
as
know
you
who
wish to
dusk is,
travel.
but they sound pretty hot.
But on a normal 8-hour day without having to force march, how far away do we get?
You guys probably about half an hour away, I imagine.
I don't know if that's far enough.
What time is it? You said it's like dusk.
It's like dusk. You guys could probably travel for like maybe another hour before
So we get
it's
as
night.
far away as possible.
Yeah.
Easy enough to do.
Cool.
So you travel for another hour.
Pray
And
really
by this
hard to my
time,
patron about this.
it is dark. And
Or wait, no, it's dark.
Yeah, I feel a lot safer now.
As we
They
end
were just
our-
plants, Karen.
That's what's so weird. I don't like. I don't know, something about on a primal level that freaked me out.
Can I? I would like. Hang on.
Okay.
Just plain.
as we end our
They were no
march,
match for the
I
mighty
will
sentinel and
cast
I'll draw
fly.
a sword.
Cast
jump
fly.
up into the trees and kind of give a perimeter check.
Make a perception check.
You should see how far we are from the edge of the forest while you're up there.
Be nice. You gotta be getting close, right?
See the edge of the forest while I'm looking.
It is nighttime, so
Hard, yeah.
keep that in mind.
Natural 20.
Natural 20, bringing your total to
You have dark vision.
23.
23.
Oh, you don't have dark vision?
The moon, there's no full moon tonight, so it's not particularly bright outside. But as you look what you assume to be east, in the easterly direction, it very far out, you make out what you assumed it might be some village, maybe very far in the distance. And as for a perimeter check, you don't find anything out of the ordinary, dangerous. Yeah.
With the town in mind, I'm gonna grab like a piece of branch or something, like
Okay.
a dead branch, and just come down, stab it into the ground the direction we need to go from our camp,
Easy enough to do.
and I will set up Ben's tiny hut.
Easy enough to do. Okay.
Do a little bit of ceremonial carving.
Of course.
Per usual. Speaking of ceremonies, I have this handy ritual cast spell that I haven't been using at all. And also, I need to keep in mind with ritual casting, I have a book and I can write down spells when we come across them, like in written form. Something I have not been taking advantage of that I'm sure I've missed opportunities on. So, am I even do anything?
New space.
You could marry me and
Yeah. Ceremony's an interesting spell, very situational, but could also has its benefits.
Oh, it's not in here. It's in Xanathar's, right?
But yeah. So is there anything else you guys wish to do? Vladimir? Okay. Alright. So you set up your tiny hut. You find what you assume to be a decent spot for you all to camp in. Set up the hut. You all take a long rest for the night.
I'm gonna stay awake during the rest.
Okay. You're not gonna do your sentry's rest?
I don't have to. No reason.
So you'll risk taking a point. Wait, you don't get exhausted, do you?
I don't need to sleep.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah. So with Sentinel, just what are you gonna do? Anything? You're just gonna.
I'm just gonna stand
Okay.
or sit like with my sword in my lap, my shield on my arm.
Okay.
I'll give him the alchemy jug.
Okay.
Why does Sentinel need the alchemy jug?
Gives you one mayonnaise.
Man.
Oil your blade. With
Yeah, I
fla-
could do
with
that.
Flavor.
I'm gonna use it to oil my armor and get that nasty spore shit off.
Okay, easy enough to do. The jug.
Mayonnaise?
The jug
Not with mayonnaise, with oil.
It does produce oil, right?
I think so.
Yeah, I think so.
I'm pretty sure it does as well.
Yeah, I think it does.
A quart or two of oil.
Just imagining some rubbing mayonnaise all over himself. Yeah, 1 quart of oil.
Okay, there you go. All you have to do, you can oil your armor, and as you do that, the rest of you taking your long rest, Sentinel, you begin to oil your blade, your armor, and as you touch the handle of your sword, you open your eyes as you blink, and you are suddenly surrounded by darkness, a black void almost.
Activate night vision.
As you do that, the familiar, almost red filter comes upon your vision.
To a
and
red
there's
darkness.
Nothing. Nothing at all.
Hello.
You there?
Well, hey.
God damn it. Sentinel. The one who wields me.
Yes, I will be the one who wields you all the time.
I have been watching. Learning.
What have you learned?
Absolutely nothing.
You are a fine warrior.
Sentinel is the mightiest of warriors.
But you are not the one I was meant for.
Who were you meant for?
No response.
Seeing as this is my best friend's son's sword, I assume that you were meant for Thogum's son.
Yes. Throgar, son of Thogum. But you are not him.
Plot twist.
You, however, serve as a fine replacement.
I'm sorry to say, but
As you begin to
Oh,
speak,
yeah.
the darkness fades, and you are back at camp.
just gonna start oiling the sword more.
More vigorously.
Thank you for talking to me, Guardian. It was a pleasant conversation.
Alright. Other than that, the rest of the night goes off fine. You all awaken. The sounds of ambient forest awaken you, and the day is yours once more. You have 4 successes out of 5. So,
Well, one more check, huh?
It's time to go forward. Let's intimidate the forest.
Wonder if there's any kind of.
Not gonna lie, I was thinking about doing it.
Well, I'm wondering if there's any kind of spell I could take overnight with my spell versatility that would just help guide us out the rest of the way. I don't think that's the case though. Fortunately, it doesn't seem that way. Did you say he saw a village?
oh, he assumed to be.
He assumed to be a village, and that's what he put the stick
Like,
down. and
looking
that's-
further forward, like very, very off in the distance, like maybe almost like a smokestack of sorts, maybe some very, 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 very faint light.
Okay, so we're kind of cool.
You get the sense that you're pretty close.
Man,
Ooh. I will inspire you, Karen.
I mean, I'm just trying to see if I even have any options that I could take over. I don't think. But I mean, if you're gonna inspire me, then I can just try to lead us the rest of the way.
Use your patron.
I praised my patron yesterday. Give me too much, kind of general protection. I mean, we didn't die from those pygmies, so I guess it did something.
So no
Religion
one...
check for Arcadia to guide you through.
Karen, can you make my
Yeah.
voice really loud?
I guess that's the best thing I could
I cast
possibly do. Is
Thaumaturgy on Sentinel.
if I try to do like a religion check for, if you count that for praying, like trying to communicate with my patron for
You can
guidance.
try.
Okay, yeah, it's worth a shot.
Okay,
It's
if he's
worth
gonna
a
try
shot.
that.
Mm-hmm.
If he's gonna try that, never mind.
Oh, you was gonna try the intimidation?
I had something in mind.
You're just gonna shout at my patron. It's not like it's
No, I was gonna shout at the forest.
fuck it.
Shout to the devil.
So
You are inspired.
oh yeah, what does inspiration give me
The
again?
D8.
A D8. Yeah, I keep forgetting that. Hey, thank you for the inspiration, friend.
You're welcome.
19 in total
For religion. Okay.
to try to communicate with my patron in some way to guide us safely to this village.
Whispers. Oh,
Uh-oh.
wait, what was it?
Just
What was your roll?
a 19
Nice.
with your bonus. Very nice.
Still have my loud voice though, right?
Yeah.
Just gonna yell at the forest.
Fuck you, Forrest!
Okay. You send a prayer to your patron, feeling inspired by your party member. Okay.
Being of our guide me and my friend. Hopefully, final day of travel.
Amen.
Amen.
Okay. What's the plan?
Oh man.
Oh man.
You receive no response.
Yeah, I figured that's about how that would go. Yeah, we're good, guys. Let's go.
Yeah, so just keep walking.
Okay.
Towards the stick that he planted.
As we're walking through, I'm just yelling, Sentinel and Guardian are coming through. Bam, bam, bam.
Jesus. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Are you up front then?
Yeah,
Okay.
very happy that my
I'm
sword
right
got
behind
me.
him.
I'm gonna climb on top of him.
Do you allow that?
No,
No.
I'm gonna do it anyways.
I'll just be like 5 to 10.
not unless
feet
you're Vin.
to the right.
What?
Do you tell me that?
5 to 10 feet to
No,
the right.
but-
Just walk beside him.
That's the only time you get to climb on top of me is if you're Vin.
Fair.
Okay. So you make your way forward with Sentinel leading the way with his raucous sounds and whatnot.
I'll stand next to him and I will play in the beat of his sounds.
Okay. So you make your way further. You continue for a few hours. Making your way through this forest with Rufus and Scoot and you, who's in the what's the marching order? Sentinel, Karen,
Well, he's up there with Hamilton.
Ven.
To the right. Or like side. That's
He's being a loner.
Like 10 feet to the right.
Alright, so as you're making your way through, you're kind of like pushing past trees. There's no set path where you're at, but you're pushing past trees and brush. You attempt to push your way through a cluster of like brush and vines, and immediately as you approach this cluster, you being up front, it looks to be almost like these thorny vines kind of blocking your path.
How thick are the vines?
Thick. Thick how? Sorry. Like
Just like how thick do
Oh.
the vines look?
you could probably palm them with both your hands.
They're big.
They're very large. And as you're continuing forward, you've kind of noticed a little bit of them, but now attempting to move forward, kind of trying to move your way past trees and this brush, like it's like a very large cluster in front.
Hey, Vladimir,
Yeah.
talk to these plants. Get them to move.
Can't do that.
Why not?
Only figured I'd need it yesterday.
A whole new day. What?
Yeah, I figured we'd be out of the forest by now. Didn't really want to talk to any more plants anyways. They're kind of rude most of the time.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna put my sword away and try to move one of the vines.
Okay.
I'm going to cast Enhance Ability on Sentinel and give him Bull Strength, which grants you advantage on strength checks.
Okay. Go make a strength check.
That is a 15.
15. No. You grab these vines, and as you touch, a lot more coarse than you would expect, as well as the occasional. They are quite thorny as well, but as you originally reach out and grasp, you manage to find a spot that you don't prick yourself or anything. You attempt to pull, begin to get leverage. As you do, vine begins to wrap around you. I need you to make a Strength saving throw.
That
Is there-
enhanced ability, like, is that on saving throws or just checks?
I think it just says checks. Yeah, just checks.
Okay.
Damn.
God damn, I'm rolling so low. 14.
14. You become restrained by the vines, and they begin to pull you in.
Boop.
As this is happening, can I see where the vines are kind of
Sentinel
originating from?
requires assistance.
Right in front of
Hey.
you.
I'm gonna go. Is it restrained? Can you still move your hands? Can you still grab stuff?
You just make ability checks and whatnot.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Before we, everyone stop.
Oh. Okay.
Sorry.
So I know exactly what I'm gonna do. Got you.
Ow.
Okay. Continue.
All right. As soon as I see him getting, he is physically getting moved,
Yes.
right? Okay. I'm gonna run up to him. I'm gonna click the button on my movable rod. I'm just gonna like put it right in the air. Grab it.
Grab on it.
Okay. So the rod becomes suspended in the air. The vines are now pulling Sentinel in, but he has something to hold on to. Gonna make another strength saving throw with advantage.
Yeah. The only way this one works is if your arm pops off.
Ooh. Wow, look at that, Christoph.
Nice. Double 19.
Yeah, so that's 27.
27, yeah. So you begin to resist the pull of this organic matter, which now, as the vines begin to pull you in, you were looking for a point of origin, Christoph. You see in front of Sentinel what appears to be just a normal cluster of vines begin to slither back, and you see what looks to be like a maw almost begin to open up, attempting to pull Sentinel in, but with, you rolled a 27, you said?
Mhm.
Yeah, so, and with the help of the immovable rod, you managed to, like some of the vines begin to snap off of you as you pull yourself out, and now there's like just this thing standing there with, you see a few of the other thorny vines kind of flail about, which I assume y'all aren't standing next to it anymore
Nope.
as this happens.
Well, I mean, I helped my friend out here, so I guess I'm near it, right?
Yeah,
Safe
but
to say. Okay,
I
I don't know
assume-
I don't know if that matters.
You seemed you're about to roll something there.
Yeah, I was going to cast Wall of Fire on it.
Are we gonna like?
Okay.
What's happening?
Like, kind of like try and get like behind it a little bit. That way it doesn't hit them.
Okay.
Well, can we even see behind this thing?
You can
Well, it just says
try.
within range. It doesn't say see. I don't have to see. Great Wall of Fire, solid surface within range. You can make the wall up to 60 feet, 20 feet long.
Do I have to be attuned to this item to click that button?
Oh, baby.
I believe so.
That's.
24.
That's how they kind of fixed it in 5th edition.
So I'm gonna click the button.
It makes a
and,
dex saving throw.
It used to
though.
not have a button.
I'm gonna click the button and pick the rod up and pick Karen up and dash away from that thing.
Thanks.
12.
Fail.
All right, so it takes how much?
24.
Fire damage? 24 points of fire damage. The wall of fire appears behind it, you said?
Well, I forgot that I could make like only one side of it
Yeah.
make effect, so I'll do it kind of like right in front of it and only make it.
So it doesn't hurt Sentinel and the
Yeah,
rest of you guys.
and
Oh,
I'll make it point toward that.
yeah, the wall.
So
of
it's a
fire
wall of fire
appears.
between us and that.
Yeah, fair enough. And like you don't hear any noise, but you see all of the tendrils, so to speak, begin to flare up, and they stiffen, cease movement. And as the wall of fire, I don't know if you cancel or anything, but okay. Well,
I
nothing.
can keep it
else
up to a
happened.
minute, so I'm just gonna keep it
Okay.
till it's done.
Yeah, you sense no movement from the thing in front of you. If you choose to stay, then yes, your wall of fire will dissipate, and then before you is a burnt mass of organic matter plant.
I believe we're safe now.
Were we able to just walk around this thing?
Looking to like the left and right, you could attempt to do so.
What does it? Do we see more of the vines to the left and right, or?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I mean, we burnt it. Might as well head forward.
Oh Jesus, I thought that was Spud or something.
Yeah.
No, some douchebag on a 4-wheeler.
I guess we move forward.
Yeah.
Okay.
Onward.
Did you grab your movable rod?
Yeah, he hasn't.
Yeah,
I can snatch it up.
I'll hand it back to you. How big is this thing?
Well, it's suitable for one hand.
I think it's like a. It should say on there. I think.
Nope.
Doesn't. Never mind.
I presume by the size of it, you can comfortably fit one hand on it. But you can dual fist it if you have to.
All right. Okay, so you guys make your way forward. Somebody make a.
Yeah, I ordered an acoustic blanket.
I mean, the mic's
It's
not picking it up.
Somebody make a survival check.
Somebody?
I'll do it.
I mean,
Somebody.
yeah, you do.
Not Sentinel.
Here, Vladimir.
19.
19. Okay. Yeah. So your travel continues for what you assume to be, your travel continues in what you assume to be a safe manner.
What the fuck does that mean?
And don't worry about
Do I feel unsafe right now? Yes.
Karen always feels unsafe, to be fair.
Yeah.
To be fair.
When you say stuff like that.
And, okay, so you continue your travel, and yeah, nothing else happens.
Okay. Cool.
Mm.
Cool.
But what really?
So what about these vines? Do we see any more of these vines as we're walking through? Or?
You can make out a few of them as you travel.
Things followed.
Are they easy enough to avoid?
Yeah, at this point, yes. Having already encountered one of these creatures. But yeah, so you guys make your way further, and then you eventually come upon what looks to be a very similar setup to your first night of travel in the forest. It seems to be a pre-made little campsite. Rufus will speak up and say, "Hey, we made it to the checkpoint." So
the checkpoint.
and yeah, Sintel. This is a kind of similar setup to wow, I can't believe I forgot. With the Kren, how we have this little checkpoint of the forest. So
Oh, we're on the edge.
yeah.
Ah,
And it is nighttime right now. Rufus
huzzah!
will say like, "Oh, if you guys want, we can just camp here." And I don't know, I'm pretty beat, but
I mean, we
Camp
can
here.
see it, right?
you can't see the village. You get the sense that you're about a day out from the village now.
Okay.
But you are on this campsite, and it is dusk.
Oh, this is his campsite.
Yes,
Inside. Okay, I misunderstood.
Sorry.
Cool. All right, yeah, let's camp.
Tiny hut.
Anything else you guys wish to do? I'm just double checking just in case.
Do some carvings. Make sure we're protected. Do my patron duty.
Okay.
Man, if anybody ever starts following us, it's gonna be easy to find track us.
Why do you say
Wait,
that?
why? Oh, because of all the damage and stuff and
all the
your
marks.
marks.
Not a very under the radar group.
And as you set up your hut and everything, Rufus is gonna get off the little pre-made campsite. He's gonna light a little fire like in the little fire pit, and instead of what was before like a log with like the giant slab of stone behind it, like what seemed to be almost like the ruins of sort. This one's fairly open for the most part. You guys came out of kind of like the tree line into this little area, and you can see it now, like what seems to be a set path for what's headed, you assume, east towards Sintel. And he set up a little fire and everything, and you guys get ready. Vladimir, you
Yeah.
would hear sounds like footsteps in the forest.
I'll like whisper around. Headed towards us?
Yeah.
There's footsteps around near.
What time is this?
It's nightfall at this point. After setting up camp and everything.
Rufus, does anyone else travel through here?
I don't know. People like adventurers, maybe hunters.
You? We ran into you.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, at my camp. Anyways.
Oh my god.
Listen, camp, but whatever.
Get him, Scoot.
I'll just which direction are they coming from?
I'd say north.
Do they sound like they're headed towards us?
Yeah.
I will transform into a panther.
Okay.
I would like to get a tree near
Really
the
get
camp.
in the tree.
Yeah, in like the top of a tree near the
Okay.
camp.
Go make an athletics or acrobatics check. With the Panthers
About-
statistics.
I mean, I'm gonna be ready for anything. About how far out do they sound?
Yeah, I have night vision activated or dark vision.
I don't just have dark vision. I got devil's sight.
Load vision.
Whoa, I'm not kidding.
Or I guess celestial sight.
What'd you roll?
Well, I was trying to pull it up. Sorry.
Oh, you're fine.
Specialize.
What do you say?
Just athletics or acrobatics, I guess.
It's like a 19.
Oh, yeah, easy enough to do. Your feline intuition and your dexterity.
Cool.
Do you wish to hide in the tree?
Sure.
Oh, I just didn't know.
Yeah, I'll just be. If you said the treetops are kind of bushy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll just get up like high in the tree.
I'll roll
Just,
stealth
like,
check then.
hide. Okay. Hey, man. That's an 8. Oh wait, sorry. Panthers get advantage, or not advantage, but they get a bonus. So 11.
11. Okay. You crouch down in one of the larger branches. Prepare yourself and
Okay.
footsteps. Now, all of you can begin to hear this.
I'm just watching north until I see something.
Well, for the tree line breaks,
Have my sword.
a figure exits the tree line and they'll stop and
Fireball.
pause.
No, I'm just kidding.
Halt.
Sorry, friends. I'm like, no. Pulls the hood back. She'd be like a half elf male, long black hair, very rugged features, and slung over his shoulder seems to be a rabbit carcass or a hare, I guess. But didn't expect any people here. Who are you?
Immediately, does he have magical aura about him?
No.
No. I do have.
He has a long bow slung over his shoulder.
I do have
Quiver.
true sight.
Damn.
Okay.
Okay, cool. He that's what he is. He's an half elf. Okay.
What is true sight exactly?
I can look through any kind of. I'll look it up.
Is that your
specifically.
Eldritch Invocation?
This is my devil's sight.
Oh, okay.
That's why that's why I specifically mentioned it now. I was like, yes, I'm not. Grab it. Here we go. Quick.
I'm just sitting inside of the tiny hut, by the way. Still inside.
I figured so.
I'll say
Which
sorry.
looks like
no,
a
sorry,
rock.
sorry. I was mistaken. It's not devil's sight. It's ghostly gaze, and I have to use it to.
That's the one where you can see through objects and stuff.
Go, and it also comes with true sight and stuff.
Gotcha.
That's what
Okay,
ghostly
cool.
gaze can do. So I will use my ghostly gaze
Okay.
on this guy. Which I will make sure that I'm doing it properly. Yep, you get as an action, you gain the ability to see through solid objects with a range of 30 feet. Within that range, you have dark vision. No way. Man, I was wrong. Okay, never mind. Oh, later on I get a different kind of sight. I apologize. I do not have true sight yet. That's why I wanted to look it up to make sure I was not being incorrect.
Yeah.
So I have no way to tell if he's a shapeshifter or not, unfortunately. He is. I'm telling you guys right now, he is.
So, yeah, he no magic. He's a
No
long
magic.
bow slung over his shoulder with the rabbit hair on his shoulder. Who are you guys?
The better question is, who are you? And I'm gonna draw my sword.
Whoa. Hey, I don't want any trouble. My name is Dane. I'm just a hunter. I don't want any problems.
Okay, well then I suggest you leave our camp.
Well, this isn't your camp. This is camp outside of Sintel.
I suggest you leave.
Make an intimidation check.
15.
Oh.
I'll be getting that witch side.
6. Says, no problems here, friend. Don't worry. And he's just gonna like put his hands down and he's gonna approach the camp.
This ballsy motherfucker.
Okay.
It's fine. It's fine.
And all he's gonna do, he's gonna sit down and
You said Sintel?
Sintel, yeah. And he's gonna start like skinning his rabbit and everything. Yeah, I hunt.
I'm gonna throw a couple berries at him.
You're gonna throw them at him.
Yeah, just like at his feet
Okay.
in the hut. You're just gonna see like a hand poof out of the hut. Just like
Okay. All right, you throw the berries. Thanks. What's your name?
Fjord.
He's like,
Dane.
poke your head out.
It's good to meet you, Fjord.
I still have my sword
Hand
drawn.
reaches out. Says hi.
Have a trained eye.
Which
on
berries? Which berries did you throw him? Did you throw the U berries?
Not the berries.
Okay.
The other ones.
The other edible berries.
Yeah.
So specifically, people aren't allowed in the hut unless you allow them in, right?
Right.
Alright, I'm cool with him being in the camp. I'm going in the hut. Night, guys.
You guys are some untrustworthy individuals, and you guys ran into some bandits or any other problems on the road, or it's unusual to see people in the forest. So if anyone, I should be suspicious of you.
Karen does not trust you.
You are a people in the forest as well.
I'm a hunter.
Sentinel does not trust him either.
You just like to say that.
Yes. I said Karen does not trust you, and Sentinel does not trust you either.
Well, I didn't say I didn't trust him. Hold on.
Fjord likes everyone.
At this point, he has like the pelt of the rabbit off, and he's like kind of like splitting it and open, and he like finds a couple branches and just kind of roasting it on the fire.
It definitely seems like you know how to field dress a rabbit.
What
Thanks.
kind of clothing is he wearing?
Very simple attire, like light leather armor. He has like a robe, like a cloak over. He has his longbow and quiver placed down. He seems to have a I guess adventurer's pack, for lack of better words, hunting
Alright.
supplies and whatnot.
And his name's what?
Dane.
Let me ask you, Dane. You ever ran into Vegapygmies?
What was your name? You never gave me your name, friend.
Karen.
Karen. Now, Vegapygmies. No, what's a Vegapygmy?
Alright, so they're like these little gray beings. I'm gonna in detail describe how they look like.
Like
But much more
excruciating detail?
much more horrifying.
Oh, gotcha.
Like I'm gonna vastly like make it much more scary than they
He
should
seems
be.
pretty captivated. Like he's like kind of like he like
7 feet tall.
he'll like offer the rabbit to anyone. Anyone want some?
I use Mage Hand to pick a piece off.
Oh, very interesting. It's not very often I
the
see
hand reach out.
magic users, but it's very interesting.
You hunt in these woods often?
Yeah, it's kind of my profession.
I'm relaxing. I'm feeling comfortable.
I'm not.
I'll throw a
I
couple more
still, I
berries.
still
in
have
there
my
for
sword
the-
drawn and my shield ready.
Does he smell like an elf?
Do they smell like you are a panther.
Yeah, I get advantage on smell checks.
Make a perception
Are all
check.
the creatures you turn into have advantage on spell checks?
I try to include that in my thought process.
A lot of beasts have advantage on one thing or the
20.
other.
15 cents.
20.
Yeah, they smell like an elf.
Does he smell like a half elf? Well, not all half elves smell the same.
That's fair. But he
Vladimir.
smells humanoid, right?
He smells like a hunter.
Fair.
Jump on him.
Don't jump.
Well, you're a panther. It won't be inconspicuous.
Yeah, we might have to act like.
I'll just pounce on him.
We're inside of the hut. All Sentinel has to do is just run inside. Oh shit! Runs inside the hut.
So tell me, are you guys headed to Sintel?
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
Hesitation? What's that all about?
We're not really heading to Sintel. We're just going through it.
Ah,
Passing through.
well, you guys, I understand your hesitation. He's not looking. I'm just looking at you just because, by the way.
That's
But,
fine.
You all seem friendly enough. If you swing by the wagon wheel, it's a inn, the village. Mention my name. You should get a bit of a discount.
Thanks, Dane.
Wait,
Appreciate
Wait.
that.
that sounds familiar.
Does that sound familiar?
Does it sound familiar?
It does. Is that the name of the other people told us to go to?
No, that was in
Oh, that was another place.
yeah, it was the city. The elven city to the east.
Granny?
No, Kren is the village you guys started in for this journey.
But you hunt often. Do you stay in the village, or is this
Oh,
all you do as a
Urban
living?
Smithy.
Yeah, I don't usually stay in the village. I feel more comfortable out in the forest for whatever reason. People, don't get me wrong, they're dangerous creatures, but well, I feel more alive, I guess you could say.
Has Rufus wanted to say anything to this guy, or do they?
He doesn't seem as suspicious as you all. You get the sense that for him, it's not uncommon to see hunters and the occasional straggler.
Have you two know each other? Dane and Rufus, who came across each other?
Rufus,
Oh, inner brooms.
Dane, no, your name sounds familiar, but I don't think we've met or anything. And Dane's like, yeah, I don't think I've seen you before, but what do you know? They start talking a little bit.
Good.
I'm not gonna act that shit out.
Thank you.
He's not wearing like the bracelet that we saw that hobgoblin wearing, is
Make
he?
a perception check. No, he's not wearing a bracelet.
I think we've dealt with that part of the story.
I don't know, man. We haven't. Well, there's still Maglubiat
The
out
whole
there.
assassin group.
Yeah, I guess well, but they were working for that guy.
Yeah, some of them.
Yeah, some of it. I don't think they are the type to hold grudges.
Is there anything else you guys wish to do tonight?
Until you say that out loud and
They're trying to summon a god.
They were just working for a guy. I think I'm good for tonight.
Okay.
I'm going to use the alchemy jug
My patron and all that.
for 4 gallons of beer.
Okay.
And I'm going to pour myself some and then pour Dane some. And I'm going to mage hand it out to him.
No, thanks, friend. I don't drink.
And I'll mage hand it back to myself. And I'll
That's-
double fist them.
I appreciate it, though.
And then offer to anybody else who wants some.
I'll take a mug and sip it, but I still have my sword drawn.
Harvey. Is that it then? You guys are nothing else you wish to do before the day's over?
I'm going to mage hand another one outside.
Okay.
Just in case Plaid wants some
Fair enough.
whenever he comes back.
All right.
Harvey.
That's the butt scritches. All right. So the night continues. We got Platimir. What are you doing? You gonna stay in the tree all night?
What? Is he still awake down there?
Good.
For money. Just trying to distract.
I think he wants to play with Spud.
Oh, that?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna like jump down
Okay.
and then sit beside him.
Alright.
Or not sit beside him, but like I'm still a panther. So I'm gonna jump down
Okay.
and like land behind him.
Sure.
Okay.
As you
This
do.
guy's a hunter.
Good.
As you do. You rolled
And
a
I'll sit.
11, right, on your
Yeah.
stealth.
I don't want to land like directly behind.
Well, as you jump down, he does like tilt his head back. He sees you.
And start or like circle the camera,
Okay. You doing so in like an aggressive manner?
like looking at him.
Okay.
Is that
You trying to
does
get
he do
shot?
anything?
Strangely enough, he doesn't seem to be. He doesn't seem to be nervous. Can I help you? He like reaches his hand out.
Do I understand him? Like,
You're wild shaping, so
yeah.
I'm pretty sure you still understand.
Yeah. Does it sound like he's speaking to like a animal?
No, it sounds like he's speaking to like he normally would. You all see this, by the way. Unless you wish to wait until everyone's asleep, but I assume you're not.
Oh, I'm not going to sleep. I'm still
Okay.
saying
Okay,
this.
I didn't think you were.
you never sleep.
I don't need to sleep, but
I'll just like
Luxury.
prowl into the hut.
Okay. Oh. He looks at you. Said, "That your pet or something?"
he is a companion.
Ah, of course. Sorry, my mistake. My mistake. Okay. So, as the night continues forward, the rest of you taking your long rest, Sentinel, you stay awake. I assume you're just gonna watch Dane the whole
Just
time.
watching him.
He stays by the fire. He doesn't attempt to approach you anyway. He spends a lot of his time staring into the fire, keeping it alive. And early morning come early, like before the sun rises. He gets his bow, all the stuff, and he looks to you, everyone else being asleep, and says, "It's nice to meet you. I heard you. What was your name?"
My name is Sentinel, and this is Guardian.
Sentinel, Guardian. When your friends awaken, tell them all it was lovely to meet them. Remember, wagon wheel, mention my name. Safe travels.
You as well.
He turns around and heads back into the forest. And then
Is everybody asleep for that?
Yeah, this is
Okay.
like, yeah.
the day comes. Your hut fades.
Alert! Alert! So yell that out.
What?
As the hut fades, I will go find some food.
Okay, make a survival check.
Someone sort of said, "What's day? What happened?"
Just kidding.
Vanishing smite on.
Oh, God.
Do I get advantage with my feature?
What is your feature?
I can find food for me and up to 5 people every day.
Oh, then don't. You don't need to roll then.
Oh, okay.
Wait. When'd you get that?
Just
I've had that forever.
It's
I
his
just
background,
didn't
I
know
believe.
about it until I got my D&D Beyond stuff set up.
Damn.
I know.
backgrounds.
I bet my hermit gave me something too. I don't even know about.
Yeah, if that's just part of your thing, then you don't have to roll.
Picking spells is so hard.
Alright, so you pretty much have about a day of travel, but you don't have to roll. You've safely made it through the forest.
Yeah.
So unless there's anything you wish to do, you will arrive at the village of Sinto. A very similar setup to that of Kryn. You seem like this wooden archway kind of welcoming you, the city, or the village, sorry. It's rather small. For a rather small village, there is a rather large building kind of set away. The village is basically a road with buildings on the side of the road. It's not a lot of structure to it. Very simple setup.
There it is. The Outlander.
And you notice a few individuals outside on the road. They see you exit the forest and they kind of greet you nonchalantly, just giving you a little wave and everything.
I'm going to give them like a very exaggerated high wave, just like.
Yeah, they kind of smirk and as they continue about their daily routine.
Okay, well, as we get to the edge of the village, I'm gonna take out the rest of the gold that we owe
Rufus,
Rufus. Yeah, I forgot his name. Sorry.
it's fine.
And just hand it to him. I do believe that we owe you the rest of this payment. And give it to him.
And how much was that?
It
Again?
was 25.
25. It was
offered
50
to-
total.
We offered to pay him 50. I gave him 25 up front and 25 when we reached it aside.
He kind of like
Even though you weren't much of a help.
He like opens his bag and he just kind of like hangs his head as you drop the gold in.
I'm gonna pat him on the head. You were a good guy. Do not listen to my friend over here.
I'm only kidding. We had a great time with you.
Well, I wanted to mention, man, that was very exciting. And he's like kind of like just stroking the side of Scoot's neck. It's not very often I haven't ran into that much danger in a trip in quite some time, and
Great.
Wherever.
The world is quite dangerous.
I'm really glad you guys came. I'm really glad I met you guys, the Deepstorm Troopers.
Yeah, Deepstorm Troopers. Woo!
Yeah. Thanks. I'll probably stay here tonight as well before I make my way back. But Thanks,
Are you gonna
guys.
travel back on your own?
We should make Ginyu Force poses.
Yeah.
Why not just hang out in the town until the next person comes
Hell
along?
yeah.
I guess.
I mean, if you think you'll be, I mean, you've done it
The
before.
force was
Trust-
lame.
I trust that you know what's best for yourself.
No, that's actually a good idea. Maybe I could find someone traveling east to west or east to north.
Yeah,
Great idea, Karen.
Well, I don't know. You don't have to travel as much. It's safer and.
Double your profits.
I don't, like I told you guys, business has been a little slow lately, so. Alright, great.
Probably because of all the dangerous things inside of the forest.
I feel like with the gold we
Yeah.
give him, he could retire.
Take it easy.
I'm a rather young gnome, but no.
I'll give him 5 gold.
Huh?
I'll give him 5 gold before we leave.
He's tipping him 5
We're
gold
gonna tip him?
Hell of a tip.
Alright.
for using his
Oh, what-
camps and his rocks.
Yeah.
As you attempt to give it to him, he's like, wait, you guys paid me already. There's no need. This should last me a while, to say the least.
Well, this can help you out until business picks up.
He kind of takes it and is like,
I have no use for it, thank you.
well, thanks, Platimir. You guys are
I'm gonna go pet Scoop.
awfully kind, and you know, I don't know what what noise like an ox makes. I want to get something to eat. I'm hungry. And, he heads a bit further into
To
this
the
village.
wagon wheel.
Yeah, and you see the larger building in this little village is in fact the sign out front says a wagon wheel.
Nice.
As you
Did
enter,
you steal my pencil? Hey.
Dave. You enter what seems to be to say a modest situation. Lit by there's torches up because it is starting to get about dusk now. Behind the bar is a human female. She kind of, or behind the bar, so the counter. She's kind of like shining some glasses, and as you all enter, said, "Hey, travelers.
We are. That is we.
What can I get for you?
Get a bath somewhere?
A bath? Yeah, we do
Yeah.
baths.
There was. We're here after we traveled through the forest. Some food and accommodations would be nice. We ran into a nice man by the name of Dane in the woods. Had to use his name. Okay, cool.
Come again?
Uh oh.
I'm sorry. Did you say Dane?
Yeah.
It's a name I haven't heard in
Oh god damn it.
quite some time.
Arcadia.
You
Seems
sure-
to be an expert hunter. Possibly lives on his own, I suppose.
Yeah, well, about that, he
Ran into a ghost.
Dane.
Dead for 10 years.
Yeah, Dane went missing quite some time ago.
Oh, it is one missing.
No one's heard from him in quite some years.
Well, he was
Well,
in
he
the
said he
forest.
preferred the forest.
Is
So.
he a half elf?
Yeah.
Well, he was in the forest.
Dark hair,
Wait, half elf or elf?
half elf,
Oh,
long dark hair.
But he prefers it out there.
Hmm.
He may just be fine. He just said to mention his name.
He smelled like a half elf, if that means anything.
Yeah, he.
Where's your
means-
bath at?
Our
He's
friend.
Yeah, sorry.
do you want us to go and talk to him?
No, it's fine. Sorry. Bath. Yeah, just go upstairs to the left.
Alright, thanks. I walk.
5 copper.
Yeah. But just I'll flick like a
Actually,
silverback.
it'd been like 2 copper actually.
Oh,
but-
okay.
I use my mage hand,
I
like-
don't flick a silverback.
Use
I
my
just
mage
walk
hand,
up
like pat her
there.
on the
I'll
shoulder.
pay you later, thanks.
Thanks.
Sorry if we made you uncomfortable.
No,
Brought up any
it's-
bad memories.
No, it's the past should stay in the past.
Well, he.
But no. You guys need us a room tonight. It's on the house.
I.
Is there anything else I can do for you?
I'm gonna set a gold on the table, and then I'm gonna set another gold on the table. 2 drinks.
No problem. Drinks are had. Baths are had. Any other accommodations you wish? Or
Is there any people in here?
Occasionally, 1 or 2. You get this is more of less like the populated inn of, let's say, Crystal Bay. This is more of a haven for the occasional traveler, a place to get a drink for the locals.
I will stand in the corner and just provide soft lyre music. No vocals.
Some ambient music.
Just background noise.
I dig it. I dig it. Awesome. Yeah.
I'll chime in with.
Yeah.
The iconic duo.
You went to play, and for the first time in a while, you have a.
I bet if you beat your chest, it sounds like a steel drum. Sorry.
Oh, like those cool circular things?
Yes. Jane wants one of those so bad.
Yeah.
Wait,
For the first time in a while, you have a roof over your head. You feel very relaxed. Drink in hand, music playing. For quite some time, there goes a point where there's no words, just relaxation, listening to the ambient music. Even the locals, a handful or so, that you get the sense frequent here for drink and conversation. Just kind of stop and listen for a while.
Are there any weird boys on the way to the bath?
Anyway.
Also, are the baths singular, or is it like a big
Communal bath.
Are there any people?
No, it's not communal.
Okay,
There's
cool.
a.
I was about to think of-
You find a room that, of course, says bath. Seems to be like a rather large metal tub. That you can put a sign on the door that says "Don't enter." You can lock the door as
Just
well.
lock the door.
You can take a bath.
Transfer into a bear, and then I'll take it.
Okay. You take a bath as a large bear as best as you can in this medium-sized tub.
You know, it's funny because I was like about to ask you when you came out about a particular thing.
Okay. Cool. You rejoin your friends eventually, I assume. Drink is had. Is there anything you guys wish to talk about, or I just don't want to skip over anything.
Vladimir, I was wondering.
Wait, I'm in the bath.
Oh,
This is after
yeah,
the
this is
bath.
afterwards.
Oh, is this the morning?
Are you gonna stay in the bath all night?
Yeah, I'll probably go to bed. Wait.
Are you
Like
gonna-
right after?
Yeah, I'm heading to my room.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
Vladimir's not rejoin you then.
Well, then I will just keep playing music until everything kind of closes up and people are starting to go to sleep and whatnot.
Okay.
And before I go to bed,
Okay.
I would like to go back into the forest. And I will pull out my lute,
Okay.
cast fly,
Okay.
and I will fly out just a bit into the forest. And then I'm just gonna yell out for Dan.
Okay. How far is a bit?
What is it, like
Oh,
10 minutes on there?
It's 10 minutes on fly, I believe.
Yeah. So 10 minutes out. And then I'll just use my lyre to get back.
Okay. Yell it for Dane. There's no response.
Interesting. I'll fly back. Now we'll go to bed.
All right. Sentinel, I assume you're just gonna stay at the bar.
Yeah, I went to Sentry's Rest.
He's obviously not a ghost. He actually killed a rabbit and he offered it to us. You ate some of it.
Yeah.
Like,
If
Sending.
I made any tips from playing in the bar or the wagon wheel, I will give them to what was her name?
Well, you didn't ask for her name.
Oh, we didn't ask her
Well,
name.
she will tell you her name is Cynthia.
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 And I will say, here you go, Cynthia. This is for you.
You made
Thank
probably.
you for providing a stay.
This isn't exactly a very rich village. You made about probably like 4 copper from the occasional, wow, I don't know, I keep having brain farts, guys. Sorry. The occasional patron of the establishment.
Nice.
You can keep this if you want. It's no big deal.
No. You provide a stay, I will provide entertainment. Here you go.
Thank you very much. And your name?
My name is Fior.
Fior.
Yes. Pleasure to meet you, Cynthia.
Of course, of course.
Good night.
You as well, friend. A long rest is had. You awaken the next day. Day's yours. What do you guys do?
well,
Aren't we supposed to be heading east to a village?
yep, and then from there south to Wellshore.
Is Cynthia running the bar in the morning as well?
Yeah, she's down there.
Boy, can we get some Anything to drink for you guys? I will take some milk.
I mean, water.
Water?
It's like a copper or two for a glass of milk plus water.
Actually, very thirsty.
I'll water
Like,
downstairs.
actually
Okay.
thirsty.
You still a bear?
No,
Oh.
that was I slept. I've slept
Yeah,
since
I
then.
got
It's slept as a bear. I can imagine him in the bed just like.
It's like that video that we watched where that bear just like slumps back.
That was me in the bed. Good morning.
You get your drinks?
Drink my milk. Morning.
How old
Is
there?
it cow's milk?
Or is it
No?
goat's milk?
Do you want some? Do you want some? Tastes like cow's milk.
Pretty
What's-
sure it's
what's
from the
the-
teeth of a cow.
Is it cold?
About as cold as it can be.
Nah, I'm good.
Pretty cool.
Well, I'll be fine with the
Chunky.
water.
Not chunky.
Wow, that's impressive.
This day and age, I suppose, yeah.
Yeah, it's
Pretty
very
refreshing.
impressive. Some high quality milk.
So, Plaid, I was wondering,
Yeah.
if you shift and then get dirty or bathe yourself, do you get clean in human form as well?
Feels like it makes it where I don't have to take my armor off.
You're not a
A
human.
lot
though.
less,
Clever.
lot less work.
That's
Jesus Christ.
clever. I never thought about that. Druids can just like animal shape and sleep in their animal form. Not to worry about the armor situation. Well, druids
That's
also
true.
usually don't wear armor.
Well, it's like
Jesus, make an
It's a 3
explosive
hour.
exit.
you can only lodge it for 3
Yeah,
hours.
right.
Like a lodge it lasts 3 hours.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
No matter what
But
level
yeah,
you
I
are?
do bath. I'm not moon, so
Do we want to take a quick
I don't know
break
if
while
moon
he's
does
tending
that.
to whatever that is?
I don't know either.
Before we
Okay.
start
Sorry.
traveling, do we want to take a quick break while he's tending to that? Before?
Yeah, we can do that.
I could pee. That'd be
Yeah, I'd like some water. I am very thirsty.
I'd have a coffee.
We'll return.
Yeah, actually.
Memento.
We love you.
Thank you for
Yeah.
watching.
Indeed.
Cool. Boom.
Hey, we're back.
Stream. And YouTube, we returned.
Hello.
Welcome.
All right. So what's the plan, guys?
Alright, Fair Rock? Oh, we gotta get our
We
people.
gotta.
Carriage.
Well, to be
Yeah, did our
to be
carriage
first
ever
on the
make it
list, we should
Yeah.
see if
Let me find
those
it.
people delivered our carriage.
Yeah, the farmhand who you hired.
Eric.
You easy enough to meet up with him, and you have your horses and carriage.
Hey, he made it.
Surprisingly enough, he did not get
Perish.
killed.
Or still
Hey,
I should-
Eric, how'd that trip go?
Well, as you approach him, he seems very weathered, like
How's it compare to farming?
dirty. Nice. I had a few close calls, but I got your stuff here.
Good
You're not
job.
the only one. We had a
Maybe
few
you
as well.
should take up adventuring as a career instead of farming.
Well, with the money you gave me, I'd want to do anything for quite some time, honestly.
Yeah, but you can make a lot more. Keep it in mind.
I was gonna say make a persuasion check. No,
I'll do it.
fine.
To answer your question, it feels more natural to bathe in shape form.
13.
13. So, no, sorry, it's still too a little too dangerous for me.
Fair enough.
But I got your stuff here. I got your horses and everything.
We appreciate your services.
Eric.
You, what do you? Are you planning on going back, or how are you gonna do?
Yeah, probably.
Just gonna hang out here for a little while.
You typically deliver horses?
Rufus will speak up. Like, hey,
Oh yeah, this is Eric.
I got a guide.
Who's Eric?
I'm Eric.
We paid him to
Who are you?
deliver our stuff while we went to the forest.
Oh. That's good, I guess.
Thanks.
All right, Eric. Well, thank you very much for your services.
I'm gonna give him 5 silver. The wheel wagon is a great place to stay.
Like,
Mention me, Fjord, and you shall get in good with Cynthia. You can get you some drinks, get you a bath, some sleep. Just have a nice night.
Thanks, man. I really appreciate it.
It's not a problem.
What race is Eric?
It's a human,
a human young adult.
and he's gonna make his
Young
leave.
farmhand. All right.
A
So I
young John
presume
Marston.
we're going to Fair Rock. Take the road, or we
Ah,
could try and divert off the road and
well,
shoot straight to the next city.
is the terrain gonna allow for us to do that? You're more familiar with this area than we are, I think.
Where are you headed?
Sorry. It just flew right out of my thumb. That was a history check.
What's
For-
going on? Sorry.
I'm
like-
asking him what his general knowledge of this terrain, if we
Of,
can even
like-
go off road.
Yeah, we could go off road and just even go like here.
Sure, make a
and
history
road.
check. I guess.
Can't see the map this way.
12.
12. Hard to remember. It's been quite some time, I imagine, since you've been down towards this area.
Couple years.
So,
Is there any particular reason we need to go to Fair Rock?
No particular one.
Oh, we were heading to the swamp.
We are.
And
We
also,
were going to just take the road to be
well,
safe.
can we still swing south to check out this body of water?
Well, yeah.
Alright, it's fine with me.
Would you like to do that first, or would you like to go to the swamp first?
Was the body of water you're referring to the Lake of the Serpent? It's creepy, okay.
Yep.
Nah, it
Oh,
grants
oh, oh.
wishes.
They're about even distance, it seems, so the order to me doesn't really matter.
Well, there's also bodies of water in a swamp.
Yeah, but I guess you never know what you're looking for. Both of them work.
Alright, sure. We'll try the swamp first then.
alright, so you guys
The
are
door.
just head off road towards the swamp then? That's the vibe,
Yeah, I
that's
guess.
the vibe I'm getting.
If we can find, if the terrain will allow for it. Yeah.
Okay.
Like it's not gonna
Is it-
bust our wagon up.
I mean, it's just grassland at,
Yeah.
at the moment.
What did the frontiersmen do? They trailblaze. We can do the same.
Who's the frontiersman?
You see, when they
Don't
first
think I've heard about
when they
that.
first settled Eralia,
Oh, are you talking about the Donner Party?
I do believe that Karen is speaking out of his ass right now.
Look, everybody's got to be the first
Ass
one.
or tail?
Everybody's got to be the first one to make a trail. Might as well be us.
It's a good way to think.
Sounds good.
Wait.
You should do that whenever you banish stuff.
I'm pretty sure I
He
did
kind of
last time.
already does.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
well, it helps that in the book, the actual spell description says that's the noise that gets made. It literally says that's the noise.
That's fine. D&D.
Alright.
Alright.
You guys gonna start traveling?
Yeah.
Sure. I guess. Are we heading?
The final stretch.
Are we taking the road or are we taking the off road?
Off road, baby.
Alright,
So we're not going to Fair Rock.
I don't see why.
Do you need something there?
Do you
No,
need
I
to go
just-
to Pharaoh?
I was just wondering.
Oh.
Sentinel has no business in Fair Rock.
Well, you said you were in a rush.
Well, he said he wasn't in that much of a
Door,
hurry.
door.
Are you okay?
What? Yeah, sorry. I was reading this thing that I wrote forever ago.
You said you were in a
It's a
rush.
song about Malachi. No particular rush, but he said just whenever I can.
All right then. Matters not to me.
Off road.
Okay. You guys are going off road.
We
Who's
have
gonna,
horses
off-road.
now.
who's gonna be?
We have horses in a carriage.
Obviously, the road's not any safer. There was a bunch of ghosts on the way down here, so.
Can 3 people ride in the carriage?
I mean, all you guys can ride in there.
Okay.
But
I'm
who's
not-
gonna be driving?
I'll drive.
Driving it.
If driving is what entails seeing,
Well, it will.
okay, I will drive.
But you probably are the best at handling our animals.
Yeah.
Can I drive shotgun?
It's up to you guys.
I'll take shotgun. With crossbows.
I'll hang out with the.
Oh, I'm not in the carriage. I'm just.
All right, you're just.
Yeah, he's just
So
boofing it.
in the carriage, you're going off
Oh, in the
road,
carriage.
which shouldn't pose too much of a problem. Although it is rather man, what's the word?
It's a
Bumpy.
bumpy ride.
Yeah, the terrain may not be as easy as traveling on the road. So I want you to make an overall
For me.
Well, if we're taking a carriage,
I'm talking to
Oh.
him.
Okay.
I want you to make an overall just animal handling check.
animal handling shit.
Hell yeah.
Fuck. Okay.
What?
I don't know what other check I would have you make.
15.
Okay.
Or wait,
So-
wait. Yeah. Sorry, 15.
Wait. So for the overall trip, I'm just gonna count this as one rule for the trip to the swamp.
Okay.
There won't be much of a problem in terms of like damaging your cart or anything on the
Cool.
terrain. As for encounters, I'm gonna expedite this a little bit because we've been in the forest for so long. I want you to just go ahead and make a perception check.
Perception. Low, but 12.
12. Oh. All right. Nothing happens.
Nothing. All right.
All right. So you make your way southeast towards the swamp. With doing so, as you get the sense that you are getting closer because the overall atmosphere and temperature begins to change. Sort of the same mugginess that you felt when you encountered the Vegapygmies. The ground begins to become very soft before you eventually as you make your way southeast enough. Can you see the map again real quick?
Yeah.
I need to have another
Sorry, I
copy.
should have pulled it up.
No big deal.
It's alright.
I'll do it next time.
I didn't think the swamp started till after we got there. I'm being honest. My bad.
How big is the lake of the serpent? Will we see it going
It
midway?
looks like it's almost as big as the forest.
Yeah, would we see that going like if we're in the middle of the road in a lake? Like,
Well, if you're headed southeast, you would eventually come upon the road headed south towards
oh, okay. But we wouldn't
Towards
see
the swamp.
We
We
wouldn't
can
see
just
the
follow
lake.
the road from there. I don't think we're going to be going to the ocean.
well, it's possible if you went up high enough, but you're still traveling
Very
south.
flat.
You're still kind of in the same hilly, grassy terrain.
That's right. I was curious.
Even as you do eventually make your way to the road, traveling south, even the road itself begins to become very muddy and wet. You rolled a 15, so your cart doesn't get stuck, but it gets close. The wheels, they're pushing really hard, making huge tracks in the road.
So even before we get to the road.
No, he was just on the road.
Okay, so we travel southeast far enough, get on the road, head south from there.
Yes.
Okay, gotcha. They need to maintain these roads better, man.
You in the distance, what looks to be a small settlement. Be familiar to you. Be the settlement of Rykers Haven. Sorry. You'd be fairly familiar with this, having spent a lot of time down in this area.
In a swampy area. Do you remember Thieves Haven?
So you said this is a village?
This would be a small settlement of sorts.
Are there buildings here?
There are buildings. You guys are still off in the distance.
What do the buildings look like from a distance?
Make a perception check.
How much days of travel was it?
From here to there, I'd say probably about. Did you guys went off road? I'd probably say about 4 or 5 days.
16.
16. From where you're at, it's rather dilapidated in a sense. These wooden buildings being constantly exposed to the moisture in the air. And at the moment, you actually don't see anyone outside.
Before we approach, I'm gonna get off the cart.
Okay.
And I'm gonna walk over a little bit.
Your
I'll
boots
say,
kind of sink down into the ground a little bit.
I'll be back in a moment. And I kind of walk off.
Okay.
And I help push the cart from behind. And as I do, I will shift into Jen.
Wait, you start car?
No, I'm just helping. It's muddy out here, so I can push it.
Okay. Easy enough to do. Yeah, so you make your way further towards this settlement. I assume that's what you're doing. Yes.
Does it look
Sure.
like the same as when I left a few years ago, or is it like pretty different now?
Looks rather different compared to what you're used to seeing. Not a whole lot of people here. Said almost dilapidated in a sense. But you can't really tell if it's abandoned unless you actually investigate. But
What time is it, by the way? Sorry.
probably midday, I'd say at this
Midday?
point. Yeah.
Okay.
You can kind of hear like as you're getting closer, kind of like the droning of like insects and whatnot kind of begins to pervade your ears, and the moisture hangs heavy as well.
Continue moving forward.
All right. Yeah. You make your way towards this settlement, and honestly, I think that'd be a good place to end the session for today.
Going to this abandoned
Possibly.
Oh yeah, is it like
Dilapidated
abandoned?
village.
No, we can't really tell.
I haven't
by
seen any
the,
Can I,
people.
can I peen?
it's-
As I have told both of them,
Yeah.
you can't tell from this distance.
It's far.
It does look rather dilapidated
big?
and empty.
A big village, small village, medium village?
I'd say bigger than the ones you visited. I mean,
It's pretty big.
Alright.
but I think that would be a good place to end it for now.
Okay.
Nothing ever happened in that bad village in the
Wait,
swamp.
last question. Is there a wall around the village?
No.
No
Okay.
wall. Okay.
Right.
Yeah, they're all dead.
And it's worth noting that you guys can see the swamp as well.
Okay.
Like, you see like large decaying looking trees with like these the long strands of like moss and lichen hanging down them. And the settlement is like you could say almost like in the swamp, I guess you could say.
Because we're already in the swamp.
In theory, you guys are already in the swamp.
Interesting.
So some more visual
It's not smart to build a
visualization.
village on top of this.
I don't think it's smart to build a village near a
Hmm.
swamp.
Well, that's different than on top.
Go
You gotta
back
have
to
like
Louisiana.
stilts and stuff on your houses, or else you're gonna like sink into the mud.
Yeah.
What village was that in Skyrim? I was like, Orthal. Orthal.
Like we're about to go see.
kind of
Yeah.
off.
Oh yeah, down in the southeast. Is that it?
That's Riften.
On the other side of that. Oh, the one on the
Southeast
other
is
side of the
Riften. Markarth is the west.
mountains. West.
Falkreath is in the south. Northall is like north of Falkreath.
I
It's a place
remember.
that you hardly ever go in Skyrim.
I remember.
Yeah.
I feel like we're about to visit
They have, like, a
Calypso
vampire problem
from Pirates of the
also.
Caribbean.
Visit an old witch.
Visit Calypso from Pirates of the
Calypso?
Caribbean.
Well, that was more of a estuary.
That's-
Yeah, but like it was a swamp linked to the ocean.
Yeah.
That's what-
You guys
Well,
want to find a jar
hey,
of
this
dirt?
swamp is linked to the ocean.
You
good
are
sir.
right. It is.
Might find a what?
A jar of dirt?
A jar of dirt.
Yeah.
Stream.
What's inside?
Thank you
Big
for
away
tuning
Sunday.
in. Are you gonna be Sunday night spooking tomorrow?
I'll try my best.
He's gonna try his best to Sunday night spook. So he'll be here at 7 p.m. 7 to 8
I
p.m.
probably won't be in Paris
Around
for as
then.
long, so.
Central Standard
I-
Time. Thank you for tuning in. Have a good
Goodbye,
day and
everybody.
night, everybody.
We love you.
Finger gun. Oh.